Coming up on this episode.
It is not safe to be here. I mean, that thing is like barely hanging on. So we are gonna have to take it down. I just got hit. That's so neat. This is just looking prettier every day. I guess we'll get the plastic on there. Then I'll start moving my starters from the cabin into here. Wow. There's already strawberries on there. I don't want to put these too close to each other because they're already starting to kind of reach out. They've already grown. And put this guy on the end. Him by himself. These are raspberries, I think. Those guys are okay. And I have another grape here. We want to keep those grapes away from everything so that they don't latch on. These things have to be planted like immediately. I'll probably have to do that tomorrow.
Hey, honey.
Yeah.
Come here.
There we go. Just beautiful.
We could use the tree planer and dig a cylindrical hole in it and do a little fire in there, right? To burn that out.
Oh, I don't like that idea.
Look at this, honey.
It's a little too much woods around for that.
Look at this. Once the deck is done, we've got all this space here to put stuff.
Yeah, exactly. So we're going to get on the deck soon.
Right away.
Right away.
Well, I thought the priority was the greenhouse.
Mm-hmm. But it won't take long to put that plastic on, will it?
Have to paint it. You can't really help me paint it, so I'm going to have to paint. So maybe I'll be able to get that done tomorrow. If I can get the painting done tomorrow, then maybe by the end of the day you can actually have a working greenhouse.
And then, like, we just don't want every single part that we're at to look like a junk heap. This garden soil that we've got, I can start planting tomorrow.
Yeah?
Because I have a few things that I need to repot and put in bigger plants. I have to do the pruning of the strawberries. I have to do the potatoes. So I'll have a little bit of soil.
Mm-hmm. Where were you thinking of putting the fruit trees?
We have to go and find a spot for the fruit trees, that's right. Yeah, we definitely have to find a spot. The fruit trees that we got are good for zone 2, right?
Mm-hmm.
So apparently they can survive in up to minus 40 degrees.
Mm-hmm.
So I know people probably think it's a long shot that they're going to be able to survive, but we're sure hoping that they will. And we did get them in a zone that would be hardier than what this zone even is, and it's 3B here, I think.
Mm-hmm.
And so hopefully we just have to find a good spot where the soil will be quite nourishing.
Hey, honey. You can maybe trench from there to here.
To here?
Up to here.
And he's going to do that because he wants to put the electrical lines in the soil.
And then that way to the back corner of that shed.
Mm-hmm. So that we can drive through without damaging stuff, right?
Yeah. Definitely that'll help us be able to do that. But that'll take care of that one line to the shop. And that'll make it safe all the way. We still have to deal with the solar wires here.
Yeah.
And where are we going to put the inverter shed? Because that'll determine where these solar wires end up going. 'Cause I'm worried about it flooding here.
You are?
Oh yeah. That's why they're on piers. Right? talking about putting that solar array right up in through there. So all these trees would be coming out.
I could see a little space here.
We've got a low area here. So the array can look this way, follow the sun this way, right? That's why these trees would have to come out.
I'm going to try to build a temperature-stable shed that will never drop below 0 degrees Celsius. It will house the inverters, batteries, and anything else that I will want to protect from freezing.
So today Ryan's actually bringing in a bit of sand from the back there to level out this little site that we're going to put that additional shed cabin for my daughter and son when they come this summer. And then we'll use it for storage, and we'll actually build a real cabin here, but we're not going to get that done before they get here. So it's just going to be kind of like that. But it's going to be, I think, the tiniest bit bigger. And so he's bringing in soil and he's leveling it off. I think he might even start building that today. Although after saying that, he did say that he wanted to finish painting the greenhouse. Because once that's done, then we can put the plastic on and I can move some more pots in and some of my starters, and we can have a thriving little garden in there very, very soon. Bit of a windy day out there today. Cannot wait until we can get all of that stuff from under there. I think that might be that shed underneath there. So I think if that's the case, then that'll be out pretty soon. The ladders are still there because we need to finish up those last couple boards. I'd say there's about 5 lengths there.
These last few boards will be the trickiest. I'm not yet sure how I'm going to attach that last piece inside that negative angle where the ceiling meets the wall.
He's just come by with another load, and look at how nice that evens out, hey?
Mm-hmm.
What's the plan, Stan?
I'm going to bring in some fill now. Put it in the margins here. This
Right.
kind of fill.
Yeah.
Just to kind of help these trees maybe a little bit. And then maybe we can put a stepping stone path here at some point to connect these two.
Yeah, that would be fun. What are we going to do about that tree there? That is kind of a funny thing here. It is not safe to be here. I mean, that thing is like barely hanging on. So we are going to have to take it down. And then another beaver.
That's a big orange beaver.
Bye. Say bye, Opal. You go run. You go run, run. You go run, run. A little slower run than usual. Yeah, you go. You go run, run, run. You go run, run, run. I started using the whole banana peel, putting it in water, and it's really important for the potassium content because it helps with roots, flowers, and just overall plant health. He's brought in fill here, all the way around there.
I think we're ready for the building.
Do you really?
Yeah.
Wow.
I think we should drop these trees first though. So drop this one and those two behind you.
That's a tall one.
Yeah.
But I still can't get over how a beaver got that right down at the bottom like this. That is hardly holding on.
So what I'll do is I'll cut it above that, and then once it's safely down, I'll chop it off at the bottom. Because I don't know what would happen if I tried cutting it below that.
Yeah, I was gonna say, yeah. Oh boy. Okay.
So I'm gonna move Pepper back, and then I'm gonna cut that tree down right now. It's gonna fall this way.
Doesn't it fall on the side of the...
It falls to where I want it to fall, and I want it to fall this way. So I'm gonna back Pepper up so it doesn't get hit.
Are you confident?
Yeah, it's not that big a tree. I can push it over with the Kubota.
It's going to be a really, really nice little area And I want a nice lake view for my daughter and son. They can sit there. There's the bird bath right there for them. And the cabin right here. So we'll all be in close proximity. Oh, this will be interesting to watch.
So I'll get a rope and I'll tie it off, and that way it won't fall towards the cabin. Okay?
Huh. It seems this tree does not want to come down without a fight. It has grabbed a hold of its neighbors and is hoping for a little solidarity to save it.
It's gonna crack.
So it seems it's time for Plan B. I'll remove the saw and try to coax the tree to the right and away from its friends. If I can just get it to roll away from those trees, it should untangle itself and fall right about there. This area was cleared so we could erect a couple of small sheds that we will temporarily convert into shed rooms for our special family visitors that will be arriving soon. Our plan is to give them a nice view of the lake and also create a little walking trail down to the water. Job 1 is removing this old log that smashed this neighboring cabin once upon a time.
Wow, does that saw ever go, eh? Careful.
Yeah, it's nice and sharp. I'm cutting small rounds for a small stove, and we're going to use our log splitter.
That'll be fun. Call me when you're done.
This is our Forest West kinetic log splitter. It's awesome. It's super fast, quiet, and powerful. My days of swinging a maul are over. As I get older, my shoulders and back will be grateful for this piece of equipment. I can't get over the difference this is making. The view is already starting to open up, and I think it's going to look just great when finished. It may not look like it, but I do struggle with even the notion of taking down trees. One point of solace is knowing that thinning out the groves like this is actually good for the remaining trees. It relieves the choking and allows them better access to the sun and nutrients, which in turn allows them to thrive rather than simply survive. And by trimming off the lower limbs and shoots, the trees are able to direct more energy to their root systems and upper foliage. So actually, it is a good thing. This work I'm doing is a total win-win. The trees will be happier, And our special family visitors, Melodi's eldest son and eldest daughter, will also benefit from the additional light while enjoying a much nicer view of the lake. Rather than staying head down with a running chainsaw, I find that every now and then it's a good idea to step back and take in the whole picture. I'm really trying to find the right balance between maintaining privacy while providing somewhat of a view. So I'll keep picking away at the lower branches until a little light comes up the path. There. That's looking a lot better now.
Ryan's just taken some dead underbrush out. This is the view from where the little shed that my daughter's going to be staying in and my son this summer when they come. And that's just really, really pretty. And it's right next door here. Neighbors. It's becoming a whole compound here. The road. Oh, this is fun. Really, really fun.
So what I'll do is I'll put a strap across this thing.
It's not very tightly put in the soil anyways, is it?
And I'll have Pepper pull it out.
Yeah.
And then that way we'll get all the roots and stuff. This one here is a different story.
Which one? These two here?
The little one's okay. I could just drop the little one straight down. This one, I have that tree there that's in the way.
Mm-hmm.
I don't really want to drop it that way.
Oh, wow. Maybe we shouldn't do that one.
Well, it can go.
I just don't want it to hit the cabin.
Well, I can tie it together, honey. I'll lash the trees together, right?
I don't want both of them to hit the cabin.
What I mean is, I'll lash them together, I'll chop it, and then I'll chop it, and then it'll hang, and then it'll just drop. And then I'll chop it, it'll drop, chop it, drop. The wind's a bit harsh, so
Yeah.
I won't deal with it today.
Okay, good. So remember he cut this tree down yesterday. Now today he needs to pull the whole stump out. So he's brought Pepper in and he's connected these lines here. I guess it's just rope, hey?
Yeah.
And he's going to try and pull that stump out.
It seems a couple of minnows somehow got by our pump filter.
We got a fish.
Here we go, honey.
I'll have to fix that.
Okay, so we cut that all into pieces. And now we just need to get the stump out. Can Pepper get that stump out of the ground like that, though?
I'm pretty sure it can. Pepper's pretty strong.
Yeah. This is going to be really, really nice and cozy in here.
Nice and easy.
You think so? It's funny looking at it from this angle. We've never really been over here because this was that old dilapidated cabin.
Here we go.
Let's do one big yank.
Oh, it's coming. Coming, honey.
Okay. No, look.
Here it comes.
It literally didn't even... What? Oh.
There we go. I think it's all the way out. I just have to move it over to the edge now. Just don't want to create too much of a mess.
Oh. It's like maybe a couple of those were broken before, because remember you had to cut some up? So maybe that's why it was just so easy.
Maybe.
Because a couple of them were pre-broken.
The pre-broken kind.
Yeah. Boy, that's easy though, isn't it?
Yeah.
Probably because you had to hammer away at those for a little bit. That's amazing though. This is going to be a nice little path in here now.
Wow, it's got a lot of dirt on them.
It does. It has a lot.
I had to double the rope up just in case, because it's only 3/8 rope.
I just noticed that we've got that black water tank sitting there. Maybe we could bring that black water tank up behind the greenhouse. Should we do that, Ryan?
Yeah, we can do that one day.
Behind the greenhouse, and then it'll always be able to water the greenhouse.
Yeah, I need to clear a pad for it. And then we can fill it up with water. Put a tap in it.
That would be great. And then also, maybe have some kind of a... Do you hear that?
Lots of loons today.
Maybe we could have some kind of an eaves trough off the greenhouse into the water tank for rainwater.
I honestly don't think that's going to be feasible because the greenhouse will be below the water tank.
Yeah. How would we get the rainwater?
Well, we're going to actually feed the plants with lake water because it'll be nutrient rich, right?
So no rainwater then?
Not for the plants. We can do a little rainwater collection off the main cabin.
Yeah.
Now here I've got another very large stump that I'm going to pull.
Okay. Let's go watch this one. Where is it?
It's hooked onto the end of this rope.
Okay. There. Oh.
Oh, Pepper can do it.
Okay. Let's see if Pepper can do this one. Oh. Another easy one. Okay, whoa.
I guess I need a different kind of a knot.
Yikes, I better get out of here. I don't want to get whipped by that. That one was more dangerous than the big one. Oh my goodness. And it didn't even come.
Pepper drove over it.
Oh, Pepper drove over it. Pepper just drove over it all by himself?
Yeah, that's pesky Pepper. Do you think you could pull this away while I'm backing up, honey?
Yeah. We'd better get another mosquito magnet in here. There's too many mosquitoes in here now.
I'm going to back up, and then when the rope's free from the track, I want to go that way, so if you could walk the rope in front.
Okay.
Thanks, honey.
You're welcome.
That saves me a step.
Okay, good. Always here to please, honey.
No. Teamwork.
Teamwork. There's nothing to hold it from slipping.
There should be a knot that you can use that tightens.
Yeah?
Yeah. Okay, Opal, I know you're good.
Okay, good girl.
Good girl. Come on.
She's trying to help.
All right, honey.
Okay, I see. Yeah.
Okay, did it so that it'll tighten.
Okay, good.
Kind of like a boa constrictor.
Opal, come over here. Come. Good girl. Sit. Good girl. That didn't work again.
I gotta figure out a different kind of rope knot.
Third time's the charm. Okay, he's gonna give it another shot. Yeah, let's see if that slips off this time. Oh. Okay, that was another easy one. Easy as pie. That was handy. I'm actually inside the cabin at the moment. I think it's the safest place to be. Well, I am really conflicted about these two trees right here, but the fact is they are very close to the stovepipe, and they're just too close to the cabin overall, so I guess we really do need to take them out.
I'll pre-tension it and I'll cut it and it'll fall that way.
Oh, I see. It's tying it over there so that it will fall away from the cabin.
Yeah.
With trees though, like you never really know for sure, do you?
When you tension them, they'll go where the rope will pull them.
Yeah. Okay. Well, let's watch this one go down. These two, there are actually two of them. Those two there. They've always been right in the way of this little...
I'll back up a bit more first.
Okay. Oh yeah, because they could end up hitting you.
Now that the rope is securely attached high up the tree, Pepper and I can apply some pre-tensioning to prevent the tree from falling back towards the cabin. I'm telling you, it will be nice to finally get those trees out of the way of that sink and clear and away from that stovepipe.
He's just pulling tension on it so that it's starting to come there. But I'm going to get out of here. Okay, and then he's going to come and chop it down, and it should all turn out perfectly.
I'm going to cut it up fairly high because I want to be able to have a mechanical advantage when I try to tug the root out.
Right, yes. That might uproot everything around it, eh?
Hope not.
Even though I have that safety rope secured to the tree, I still need to be careful how I cut this. The goal is to shear the tree off so that it drops straight down and doesn't fall over and smash that inverter shed.
Not perfect. It's unreal. Did you see that?
I sure did.
That was cool. So now I should be able to back it out with Pepper. I'm going to use the rope.
Hi?
It's tied about 8 feet high.
Mm-hmm.
So what I want to do, because it's hooked onto that brads there, it's a bit problematic.
Yeah, because it's going to dry. It's right up there. It's hooked on. So it could hit that little shed coming around, or it could hit the cabin.
Let me rig another rope. I'll do that. Another safety rope.
Yeah, you're always wearing your safety gear, I see.
I always wear my safety gear. I've made a habit out of it. Yeah, it looks like it wants to go that way, doesn't it?
Yeah, I would say. You don't want that inverter shed hurt.
No. I need to get another line up high before I do anything else.
What he's decided to do is put a ladder up to that tree as high as he can possibly get it and tie it high to help him out. So he's going to ratchet that, pull the stump towards us a little bit so that the bottom comes towards us and the top will then move that way. That's the plan. That's the hope. I have to do the spotting, always watching the top of the tree to see what angle it's going at.
Well, now I've got the bottom latch, so the bottom can't move that way and make the tree fall this way.
Okay.
I'm going to put an extra safety line on the top just so it doesn't fall against the cabin.
Oh my goodness.
Isn't this how...
Well, that's what happened to my brother-in-law.
I was just going to say.
Yeah, when he was up on a ladder and then the limb actually snapped the ladder back.
Yeah, let's hope that doesn't happen to me.
The weight of the tree going down made it less heavy and it bounced.
Yeah.
And he actually almost lost his life.
Yeah, that was pretty scary.
He went down to the ground and I believe that he got a blood clot in his leg from a break that almost passed through his lung, almost took his life. The doctors didn't know if he would make it through the night.
All right. The safety line attached.
Okay.
I just have to secure the other end of the safety line.
Is that the barge rope?
Yeah, that's the barge rope.
Our whole family was praying that night. And my sister had incredible faith too. And he did survive. And he came out here and did some of our falling last year. That was my brother-in-law, Kent. Just an amazing guy. Doesn't matter how much preparation you need to do for something like this, it's always worth it.
Okay, that can't hit the cabin now.
Okay. So that's how it's secured there. That tree standing up with the rope on it is actually not connected to anything really.
Let's see if this is gonna work. You wanna try it?
Let's go for it. Good job.
That worked good.
Nice job, honey. That worked well.
That did work. That worked well.
Why do you cut them so high?
The only reason is because I need the leverage to pull the root out.
That makes sense.
So the higher it is, the more foot-pounds of mechanical advantage you get.
Okay.
So I'll chop this up and get rid of it, and then we'll tackle the little one after.
One last one to do and then that's it. And now we don't have any tree right beside the stove pipe, which just was too close, just in case, you know, you never know.
You know, I've said this before. I really don't mind physical labor. It keeps me limber, which is a total bonus. But the real benefit, in my estimation, is the instant gratification I get from seeing the fruits of my labors materialize right in front of me. You know, when I was a child, I was in Cubs and later the Boy Scouts. I was one of those earnest youngsters that wore his sash proudly, and I had all kinds of merit badges signifying my various skills and accomplishments. Being from Saskatchewan, which is as flat as a pancake, I didn't have occasion to earn my climbing badge. I don't think it was even offered. Same thing goes for sailing. After all, Saskatchewan isn't known for having a robust sailing community. So why do I mention this? Because both climbing and sailing require knowledge of the correct handling of ropes, and I see now that I really could have benefited from learning a few knots.
Where should I be standing for this?
Behind is good.
Or like to the side? A little bit. Yeah.
Is it coming?
Yeah, a little bit. Coming. Oh. I just got hit. Keep coming. Oh.
Melodi is always safety conscious, and she positioned herself out of harm's way. But even so, when that rope spun on that stump, it sent a high-speed projectile that hit her right in the face.
With what, honey?
With that wood.
When it spun. Did it hurt, honey? Honey, are you okay?
Yeah.
Okay. Thank goodness.
Okay, it's seriously dangerous. This is dangerous to do. I should never be out here like this. It's just too dangerous. That wood came right for me here.
Oh, man. So this didn't even budge, eh?
Well, it budged. Yeah, it was moving.
This one here?
But I think it's going to uproot the whole bird bath.
I think maybe I should just cut it off.
And then stump grind it.
All right.
Well, that was a total fail. I'm finished fiddling with ropes to try to yard out those stumps. Instead, I'll just flip up our stump planer tool in our Swiss Army Kubota, and Pepper will make quick work of those stumps without any of the danger or the fuss.
So neat.
The nice thing about this stump planer is that you can work in tight spaces right alongside buildings and stacks of materials, and you can do so with surgical precision. There's no noise or flying shrapnel to contend with, and all this is simply impossible with a traditional stump grinder.
Whoa. This, oh my goodness, isn't this nice?
Yeah. Won't be muddy. We got a little bit of a separation between here and there.
Oh, this is so much better.
We can get some pavers.
Get some
little stones.
pavers.
Little stones, right? The hexagonal stones. Just no,
Yeah.
or round ones.
Yeah, well, just like little stepping stones over from our lot to the next one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do think those trees needed to come down, unfortunately, but
This one was hard to get out.
that's really quite stunning.
What I just did was not possible before. Walking like this. It would have been conk.
Yeah. No, that's true. That was hard to get in amongst the trees that were standing right there. This is really, really nice.
I quieted this down. You hear how quiet the joke is now?
Oh.
See, look there. Just pull
Oh
it.
my goodness, you're kidding.
That's it. Watch the difference.
Oh. Wow, that's quite amazing.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a good setup.
Well, the site is pretty much ready for the shed rooms, and they're going to be great. Next up, we will be creating a walking trail down to the water, complete with solar lighting and bark mulch. It's all going to look fantastic.
Little by little, we're improving life on our island.
We sure are, and if you want to see where we were a year ago, watch this.